Hey everyone! Welcome back to Channel Name. Today we've got a fun and quirky episode lined up for you. We're diving into 10 odd but fascinating facts that are sure to blow your mind. So sit back, hit that like button, and let's get started. You know, I love a good fun fact, especially when it makes you go, wait, what? And trust me folks, today's episode is packed with those head-scratching, jaw-dropping tidbits of knowledge. We're talking ancient honey, immortal jellyfish, and even a town called Hell. Get ready to impress your friends at your next trivia night because after this video, you'll be a walking encyclopedia of weird and wonderful facts. Let's do this thing. Alright, first up we're talking about honey. Sweet, delicious honey. You know, the stuff that makes your tea taste amazing and your pancakes even better. But did you know that honey never goes bad? Seriously, never. Archaeologists have actually found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old. And guess what? It's still perfectly edible. I mean, talk about a long shelf life, right? So what's the secret to honey's eternal deliciousness? Well, it's all thanks to its unique composition. Honey is naturally acidic, low in moisture, and contains enzymes that act as natural preservatives. Basically, it's a no-go zone for bacteria and other microorganisms. They try to make a home in your honey, they're shown the door. So, if you've got a jar of honey at the back of your pantry that's been there for a while, don't worry, it's probably still good to go. Just maybe give it a quick sniff test first, you know, for peace of mind. But seriously, honey is like the Energizer Bunny of the food world. It keeps going and going and going. Stay tuned for more mind-blowing facts, because we're just getting started. Next up, we're heading to the tropics to hang out with those fabulous creatures, flamingos. Now everyone knows flamingos are known for their vibrant pink feathers and their love for standing on one leg. But did you know that a group of flamingos is called a flamboyance? I mean, come on, could there be a more perfect name for these flamboyant birds? It's like they knew they were destined to be fabulous. But have you ever wondered why flamingos are pink in the first place? I mean, it's not like they're born with a bottle of pink dye, right? Well, their stunning color actually comes from the food they eat. Flamingos love to munch on shrimp and algae, which are loaded with something called carotenoids. And guess what? Carotenoids are natural pigments that give flamingos their signature pink hue. So, you could say flamingos literally are what they eat. It's like if we ate a bunch of carrots and turned orange. Anyway, next time you see a group of these graceful birds, remember, you're not just looking at flamingos, you're looking at a flamboyance. How cool is that? Get ready to have your minds blown, folks, because we're about to dive into the world of fruits and berries. Now you might think you know your fruits, but I'm about to throw you a curveball. Are you ready for this? Bananas? Are berries? I know, it sounds crazy, right? But botanically speaking, a berry is a fruit that develops from the ovary of a single flower and has its seeds embedded in the flesh. And guess what? Bananas fit that description perfectly. But here's where it gets even wilder. Strawberries aren't berries. I know, my mind was blown too. Turns out strawberries are actually something called aggregate fruits, meaning they form from a flower with multiple ovaries. So the next time you're at the grocery store, remember, that banana you're about to buy is actually a berry in disguise. And that strawberry? Well, it's just happy to be included in the fruit salad, even if it's not technically part of the berry club. Okay folks, time for a heartwarming fact. You know how we humans have best friends? Well, guess what? Cows do too. That's right, these gentle giants form strong social bonds with each other just like we do. Research has actually shown that cows have best friends and that they can get stressed out when they're separated. They moo for their buddies, they cuddle up together, they even play games. Scientists have observed cows showing signs of stress like mooing more, pacing around, and having an increased heart rate when they're separated from their besties. So next time you see a cow, remember, they might be thinking about their BFF. It's a reminder that animals have feelings too, and that friendship is a beautiful thing, no matter what species you are. Alright, let's talk snack food, folks. Specifically, let's talk about Pringles, you know, those perfectly stacked, irresistibly crunchy chips that come in a can? Of course you do. But did you know that the inventor of the Pringles can, a man named Frederick Bauer, loved his creation so much that he wanted to be buried in one? And you know what? His family actually honored his wishes. When Mr. Bauer passed away, his ashes were placed in a Pringles can and buried, creating a delicious legacy for the ages. Now I don't know about you, but I find that both touching and hilarious. I mean, talk about dedication to your craft. So, next time you pop open a can of Pringles, remember the man who made it all possible, Frederick Bauer, a true visionary who found a unique way to become one with his invention. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're diving into the deep blue sea to meet a creature with not one, not two, but three hearts. I'm talking about the amazing octopus. These eight-legged wonders are already fascinating enough with their intelligence, camouflage abilities, and those mesmerizing eyes. But three hearts? That's next level. So, here's the deal. Two of the octopus's hearts are dedicated to pumping blood to its gills, which is how they breathe underwater. The third heart, that one pumps blood to the rest of the body, you know, the important stuff. But here's where it gets even weirder. When an octopus swims, the heart that delivers blood to the body actually stops beating. Can you imagine? That's why octopuses prefer to crawl around on the seafloor rather than swim long distances. Talk about energy conservation. Alright folks, pack your bags because we're going on a trip to hell. Don't worry, it's not what you think. You see, there's a town in Norway called Hell. Yep, you heard that right, Hell, Norway. And before you ask, yes, they're very aware of the name, and they have a sense of humor about it. Tourists love to visit Hell, Norway. Just to say they've been there and to snap a photo by the train station sign, especially when it's freezing cold. I mean, who wouldn't want a selfie with a sign that says, "Welcome to Hell"? The locals even have souvenirs and postcards with slogans like, "Greetings from Hell and see you in Hell." Hey, if you can't laugh at yourself, right? So, if you're ever looking for a unique travel destination, might I suggest a trip to Hell, Norway? Just don't expect any fire and brimstone unless it's just a really cold day. Get ready for an overload of cuteness, folks, because we're talking about sea otters. Those furry little creatures with their playful antics and their love for floating on their backs. Well, prepare to have your hearts melt because sea otters hold hands while they sleep. I know, right? Could they be any more adorable? But it's not just about being cute, although that's definitely a bonus. Sea otters hold hands for a very practical reason, to keep from drifting apart while they sleep. You see, sea otters often sleep in groups called rafts, and holding hands helps them stay together, especially when they're snoozing in the open ocean. It's like a big, cuddly, furry safety net. So next time you're feeling lonely, just think of those adorable sea otters holding hands, drifting off to sleep in their furry little raft of friendship. It's enough to make you say, "Aw," and want to snuggle up with something soft. Alright folks, get ready for a fact that's both weird and wonderful. It's time to talk about wombats and their poop. Now, you might be wondering why we're talking about wombat poop. Well, my friends, there's something special about it. Wombat poop is cube-shaped. Yep, you heard that right, cubes. Not squares, not rectangles, but actual cubes. It's like they have tiny little boxes in their butts. But why would a wombat poop cubes? Well, scientists believe it's all about marking their territory. You see, wombats are very territorial creatures, and they use their poop to send a clear message to other wombats. This is my turf. And what better way to make your poop stand out than to shape it like a cube? It's like a little gift box of stay away. So, there you have it, folks, the mystery of the cube-shaped wombat poop. It's weird, it's wonderful, and it's a reminder that nature is full of surprises. Last but not least, we're talking about a creature that can technically live forever. I'm talking about the immortal jellyfish, also known as Turritopsis dohrnii. Now I know what you're thinking. Immortal? Like forever? How is that even possible? Well, it's all thanks to this jellyfish's incredible ability to revert back to its juvenile form after reaching maturity. It's basically like a real-life Benjamin Button. When the immortal jellyfish gets stressed out or injured or just feels like turning back the clock, it can transform back into a polyp, which is its earliest life stage. And from there, it can start the whole life cycle all over again. Scientists are still trying to understand exactly how these jellyfish do it, but one thing's for sure, it's one of the most remarkable examples of regeneration in the animal kingdom. So, there you have it, folks, the immortal jellyfish, a creature that defies aging and proves that sometimes life really does imitate science fiction. Thanks for joining me on this wild ride through some of the world's oddest facts. Which one surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. Was it the honey that never spoils, the flamboyance of flamingos, or maybe the immortal jellyfish? Let me know which fact blew your mind the most. And don't forget to subscribe for more quirky content. Until next time, stay curious.